Do you find yourself sending emails back and forth with someone trying to find a time to meet? Or do you find yourself checking individual teacher schedules, trying to figure out when to observe? Sometimes we don't realize it, but we can waste a lot of time just scheduling things. So in today's video, I want to tell you about this amazing app called Calendly that saves me and my colleagues so much time on scheduling. So welcome to my channel, Lead with Love and Love to Lead. My name is Jess Madden-Fuoco. So what is Calendly? Calendly is a Black-owned business that makes scheduling meetings or observations so much easier. I absolutely love it. So let me show you what Calendly looks like. So this is what Calendly looks like. Now you can see that this here is the link to my Calendly page, and you can see that I have all these different event types. So I have 9 different event types. So I prefer to use the premium version of Calendly for this reason, because I like to use different event types. And in the free version of Calendly, you can create one event type. So for example, you could create a 30-minute meeting. And then if someone needed to meet with you for longer, they could book 2 back-to-back. So I really prefer Calendly over Google Appointment Slots, even though Google Appointment Slots has a similar function of allowing people to schedule into your calendar. But I find that Google Appointment Slots is not intuitive or user-friendly, so folks sometimes struggle with how to schedule time into someone's calendar. So let me show you how this works. Let's start with Calendar Connections. You go into the account here, and you scroll down to Calendar Connections. And what you're doing here is you see I have this connected to my work email account. But one really awesome thing about Calendly is I have it set up to check my work calendar for any conflicts, but also my family calendar. Because on the family calendar, I will put a doctor's appointment, for example. And then Calendly will make sure not to let folks schedule into my time during that doctor's appointment. And then right here, this is what Calendly will be adding the events to. So it's adding it to my work calendar. Next, let me show you some of the things you can do in the account settings. So you can put a picture of yourself. This helps folks know that it's you that they're meeting with. And you can put your name here. And actually, I should add my pronouns right here. All right. And then you can have a friendly little welcome message. You can set the language and the time zone, which, matters if you're meeting with folks who are in a different time zone. Oh, and you can also add, if you want to add any kind of branding, you can add that. And this shows you your custom link. So you could have your full name here if you want. I made mine J Madden-Fuoco, but that can be something that you customize for yourself too. So let's go back to this home screen here where you can see all my event types. So you see that I have an observation that is 20 minutes long. So teachers can schedule for me to come in and observe for 20 minutes. And then they can schedule a 30-minute post-observation conversation. And what you can do with this is I know some evaluators like to do only unannounced observations. So you still can have teachers schedule the post-observation into your calendar, but you can then just make sure to schedule your own observation with them before that conversation. And then you can see that I just have some general meeting times here that folks can schedule. And then here I have some mentoring sessions. I mentor 2 assistant principals in Boston. So let me show you what you can do with this. So these are going to be on Zoom. So you see how I have it set up to be on Zoom, and it gives folks my Zoom link. And the other thing I wanted to show you is when can people book this event? So these mentoring sessions are not part of my work day job. So you see how I have these set during only after school hours, and I don't want them to be really late in the day. So I have them from 2:45 to 3:45. but those are custom hours that you can create. So let me show you how to do that. So you can go into edit all Mondays and say you wanted it to be a longer stretch in the afternoon. You could change the end time to whatever you wanted the end time to, and the start time to whatever you wanted the start time to, and then click apply. And then it would apply that to all the Mondays. And so you do that for each day of the week. And when you're setting it up the first time, you can actually set it up to apply the same schedule to every single day. So let me show you some other things. So one thing that I really like that has helped me not race as much from classroom to classroom or from classroom to conversation is you can add these buffers. So let me show you these. So when can people book this? I'm just letting them schedule indefinitely into the future. It's during these set hours every day, which is basically our school hours, except it's an hour later on Monday and Tuesday because of a commitment I have. And I love this feature that gives me a 5-minute buffer before an event and after an event, because I used to just book these all back to back, and then I'd be racing from classroom to conversation or from classroom to classroom. But just adding that 5-minute buffer gives me a little bit of time. And then what else do I want to show you here? So it's really cool. You can ask the invitee where the location is. So for the observation, it's obviously going to be in their classroom, but it saves us time if the person writes their classroom number in case if you're new at your school and you don't know where it is, right? And so those things are all here. The invitee questions is going to ask them for their name, their email, their room number. All right, so let me show you how to set up some of these other features in Calendly. So you can tell folks about your event. So I say to folks, I will observe for approximately 20 minutes. You can change the event color. So I like to have my events be different colors. And then you can say, I'm excited about this event, about the walk and talk, because I just feel like it's always so healthy to get a little bit of movement and to get some time together to connect outside. So I love this idea of making a walk and talk available to folks. Okay, so let me show you this one. So in the post-observation conversation, you see that is 30 minutes, and I said folks can schedule it indefinitely into the future. And then I have the school hours here. I have the 5-minute before and after buffers. But let me show you this one, because for the post-observation conversation, I give folks several choices. So I have them put their name and email. And then to set this up, you choose radio button. So radio button is basically multiple choice where they have to choose one of the options. So you see, we can meet in my office or your room or go for a walk or Zoom. So folks have 4 options. So if they choose where my office is, I put the office location, or I put your classroom, or let's walk, and I tell them we'll meet in the lobby, or I put my Zoom there. So they choose one of those. And then those are the 4 choices they'll see when they go to book the post-observation conversation. So I hope you see how amazing Calendly is. So in my video about how to improve your email game, I explained that one of the email signatures that I use all the time is one that just says, "Let's meet, I would love to discuss this." And then I put a link to this Calendly page, or sometimes I'll even put a link to the specific event type. If I know that I want to meet with the person for 30 minutes or maybe 45 minutes, you can put a link to that specific event type. So if you are someone who needs to schedule lots of meetings or observations, I think you're going to love Calendly. I can tell you that it saves me so much time every single week. And I don't have to worry about whether folks are scheduling at a time that works for them, because they just schedule directly into my calendar. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're interested in teacher evaluations, check out other videos on my channel. And as always, if this video is helpful, give it a thumbs up, click that subscribe button and that notification bell so you find out about future videos. So please share this video with any folks who you think have a lot of scheduling to do and would really benefit from an amazing app like Calendly. Because my mission with this channel is to support leaders and teachers' growth so that they can support our students' growth. And remember, if you lead with love, you will love to lead.